Hello all and welcome to Wow Crochet yet again for another tutorial. My name is Mary and in today's tutorial we are working on this gorgeous open lace top. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get the whole top in the image but I can't. Alright, so it has a small collar here. Now the top is worn just off your shoulders, okay, and right in here we have armholes, okay. So it's not just a top that flips over you, it's got armholes as well, and it goes all the way down. And of course I haven't really adjusted it properly, sorry guys. It's only because it's not big enough for me to fit in my table. Oh, there you go. Alright, so this is what we are working on for our Halloween party time special. For those joining us new, wondering what that means, we are going to be having a little crochet Halloween party with all the Halloween items that we make here at Wow Crochet. And this is the very last item. There is a small trick-or-treat bag coming next week, but that's very minor. We may or may not have time to make a gorgeous big spider that's supposed to sit there. I say that just in case I don't get time to make it, but I think we will. We've got a whole month to make it before Halloween, so there you go. All right, so this is what we're making today. It's gorgeous. I know, right? I know. And it is a one-part tutorial, so it's relatively long. Sorry guys, but I tried to fit it all into one tutorial. So there you go. But there it is. Oh, how gorgeous. Now, the yarn I used is an 8-ply Bendigo Woolen Mills cotton. It is a number 3 overseas, if you're wondering what that means. I used the size 5mm hook. It did call for a 4, but I used a 5 to give it that real stretchy lace feel. You need scissors, you'll need darning needle, and you will need 4 stitch markers, okay? And that's it really, guys. You don't need much. A lot of it is chains, so you're going to spend a lot of time just chaining up and chaining up and chaining up. Just enjoy it, and if you make one little mistake, it's not going to be noticeable at all because of all the lace look. If you've got one extra chain, it won't be noticeable. If you've got 2 loops in the one, that'll be noticeable. I'll show you that in the tutorial, so don't stress. Other than that, that's what we're doing today, guys. And I know this tutorial goes for like 15 billion hours again, so I'm not going to talk anymore. I'm just going to let you get started with your gorgeous lace Halloween top. Trying to fit it all in. Good luck, guys. Alrighty guys, first thing we're going to do is a quick slip knot, and that's yarn over your finger once and twice. That's your tail end there, your working end there. Pass your working end halfway over your finger, hold it there, pass the other end all the way over. Oops, grab your hook, I dropped the hook, and pull your loop through. Of course I did, I'm clumsy. Alright, here we go. Okay. Now with this stitch, it's called a single crochet foundation row, so it's a little bit tricky to begin with, but once you get it, you kind of get it. All right, first thing you're going to do is chain 1, that's yarn over your hook, pull a loop through once. You're going to do another one, yarn over twice. Now you're going to pop your hook in right there, pull up a loop. Now ordinarily you've got 2 loops on your hook. That would be classified as a single crochet. We would pop our yarn over and pull through both loops, but in this stitch it's yarn over, pull through the first loop only, yarn over, pull through both loops. All right, now facing your work towards you, you can see like 2 loops there. Pop your hook through those 2 loops, pull a loop through again with the 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 1. Don't make these too tight. Yarn over, pull through 2. All right, now you're going to do exactly the same. All right, pull through, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. I'll show you those 2 loops again. There's your first one and there's your second one right there. All right, we'll get a close up in a minute. Yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 2. Remember, don't do these stitches too tight, don't do them too loose either, but don't do them too tight. So I'll show you those 2 loops right there. There's the bottom one. So actually I'm turning my work towards me that way, and you can actually see the little V there, and that is where you are popping your hook through that little V, okay? And then pull through one, don't do them too tight, and then through to both, okay? Split the yarn there we go. Pull up the loop, pull through one, and pull through two, and turn it to your side, all right? So I'm hoping that's making sense. 1, 2. Now I'm going to show you what you're getting. You're getting that. It's a little bit loose. I know it's probably too loose, to be honest with you. Maybe tighten it that little bit. Being careful, if you make them too tight, you can't work into those 2 loops, okay? So initially those 2 loops are under there. Your normal work will be looking like that. So later when we come around, we're putting our hook through our normal 2 loops up the top. So don't worry too much about that for now. However, here's the exciting bit, guys. You're going to hate this bit, sorry. You need to do 140 of these. I know, right? It's going to take us forever. But just think, once it's done, you have done all your chains and your single crochets at the same time. So you don't need to do a row of single crochets. They're already done. Okay, so what I want you to do, head off on your own. You can keep watching this little, patch of video over and over again until you get it right. Head off on your own, do your 140 and meet me back here when you are done. Alrighty guys, here we are at the end of our 140th single crochet foundation row stitch. That was a mouthful, wasn't it? Okay, so what you have is that. The benefit of doing this stitch, I forgot to mention earlier, is if you make a mistake and you're 1 stitch short, you can just add 1. And if you've got 1 stitch extra, you can just reduce it. You don't have to be taking undone the whole row to get the chains done. You know what I mean? Like if you're 1 chain short, like if you haven't counted it properly, all right? This way, it doesn't matter too much, all right? Pop your hook in your stitch. Now, even when you are doing your joining together, because we're going to join this together now, you still have to make sure that your row is relatively flat, all right? So what you're looking at here, that's your work right there. Oh, sorry, too far away. Let me try that again. Move all this out the way. Hello. Your hook is in there. That is the top of your row. So you need your row needs to be flat like that all the way through until you get around. I'm sorry, you're not even seeing this, are you? Keeping it flat all the way through. You notice how I'm doing it like this. Keeping it flat because you don't want to twist it. Mind you, even if you did twist this one, taking it undone would only take a second to fix it. All right, but if you twisted your chains, taking that undone, you would take forever to take it undone again. Okay, that's the difference between using this stitch and the chains and then single crochets. All right, so what you're going to do, keep it all flat. Put those 2 flat ones together, move all this around here, keeping your work flat before you pick it up so you know what you're doing. When you pick it up, you're going like that. This is not a stitch. All right, let me get a nice close-up for you. That is not a stitch, okay? You're going to be stitching that into underneath your work, maybe after the next 2 rounds or something. Not going to do it now, okay? You're going to pop your hook, not there, but in that stitch right there. All right, let me get that thread out the way there. All right, now you are slip stitching into that stitch right there, and your work is going to be sitting underneath that like that. So eventually you will sew that in or weave that in, but not now, okay? Chain 1 and single crochet in the same stitch as your chain 1. Whoops, don't lose your stitch like I just did. Grabbing your stitch marker, just grab the blue one for now. All right. Now, this next part, relatively easy. Chaining 1, 2, 3, 4. You're skipping 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're jumping into your 5th stitch with a single crochet. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 1, 2, 3, 4, jumping into your next stitch with a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and jumping into your next stitch with, yes, you guessed it, a single crochet. I would like for you to do that. Chain 4, single crochet in your 5th, chain 4, 5th, chain 4, 5th, get to your last 4 single crochets here, and I shall meet you up. Alrighty guys, let's get a nice close-up. Right now it kind of looks wrong, but it's not. See that? That is going to be weaved into the bottom of that. Alright, so that will close up. So for now, oh, by the way, I'll just show you quickly that it should lay flat like that. So your chain stitch should be on the outer side of your work. All the chains should be there. And then you should have like a little bubbled effect here where it looks like it's not going to work. But believe me, it does. I've done this a gazillion times before. Alright, so ordinarily we would chain 4 and slip stitch into that stitch marker. We're not going to do that. We're going to chain 1 and 2. So we're going to do a double crochet, which is your yarn over your hook, in that stitch marker. So pop your hook in, pull a loop through, and you should have 1, 2, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. And what that's done is that's popped your stitches in the middle of your work. Okay, so you're chaining 1 and you are single crocheting in the same stitch as that. So pop your single crochet in like so. Now take out your stitch marker and popping it in that single crochet right there. All right, so now what you're doing, we're going to fix this up in a couple of more rounds, so don't worry about it for now. Now you are chaining 6. I'm sorry, try 5. You're chaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you are jumping in between, so that big space right there, you're jumping into that space with a single crochet. So you're skipping over your first single crochet and jumping into the space. Then you are chaining 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, you're jumping into that space with a single crochet. Easy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into the next space with a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next space, single crochet. It's super easy, yeah? Super duper easy. Alright, so what you're going to do, since you know how easy it is, you are going to go around. However, just go back to our stitch marker stitch. Alright, let's have a quick look. There's your stitch marker in the middle of that space there. Grab another colour stitch marker. You can use threads, you can use whatever you like, but a different colour to help you out, or at least get to that very first stitch marker. So on the way back, get to that stitch marker, do your single crochet in there and wait for me there, and I'll show you what to do here. Alright? Alrighty, here we are at the end of the row. Now, just if you popped your single crochet in there, just take out that stitch marker. If you haven't, you need to put your single crochet in there first. Alright, and then what you have is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and single crochet in there, but that's already single crocheted, and just like we did before, we're only going to chain 1 and 2, and we're going to pop a double crochet in that stitch. Again, like we did before, pop your hook in, pull a loop through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Alright, let's take that stitch marker out now. So now what we're doing here is we are doing chain 1 and a single crochet in the same space as your chain 1. Grab your stitch marker again, pop it in there. Okay, now here's where the pattern changes just a little bit, not much. You're going to chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, now ordinarily we would have chained 5 into that next space there, the very next space you come to, but because we're chaining 10, we want to skip that space and jump into a second space with a single crochet. So skip one large chain space and jump into your second large chain space with a single crochet. Or you could say skip one single crochet, skip 2 single crochets, and then jump into that next space. All right, so chaining 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, we are, if it helps you to lay it out so you can see what you're looking at, we are skipping that very first chain space and we are jumping straight into the very next chain space with a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Skipping, so we are actually in this space, being careful not to pop it in the same space or the one too close to it. So skipping that first space and jumping into your second space right there with a single crochet. All right, so what I would like for you to do is exactly that. However, you see your blue stitch marker here? Whoops, it's gone through the wrong way. What we need to do is we need to pop our orange stitch marker not in the first space but in our second last space. All right, so not in that first last space I should say, but in our second last space. Get to there, pop your single crochet in there, and I shall meet you up. Alrighty guys, here we are at the end of the row. Alright, now what we're going to do, now ordinarily here's where we would have done our chain 10 and we would have done a single crochet in there, but because there's already a single crochet in there, we're just going to do that unusual join. Now sadly it's a really big step. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to chain up 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, I'll bring this out a bit so you can see. You need to pop your yarn around your hook 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. All right, you're going to jump over all of this here and then pop your hook into your stitch marker stitch, pull a loop through, and you now have, it's a bit fiddly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yarn over your hook, pull through the first 2 loops on your hook, yarn over your hook, pull through the second 2 loops on your hook, yarn over your hook, pull through the third 2 loops on your hook, then yarn over and pull through your last 2 loops. And what you have is that look right there. It's a little bit awkward, but it gets you into the middle where you want to be. Now you can take out that stitch marker for starters and you can chain 1 and in the same space pop a single crochet in the same stitch, not the space there. Now pop your stitch marker back in. Wackadoo schmackadoo, guess what you're going to do? You're going to do it again, except you are now going to be adding 1 more, so you're adding 11. Okay, oh, tricky now, isn't it? It's getting bigger and bigger. So you're adding 11. Actually, you know what, before we do this row we are going to sew in that end right there. Now the reason being is because now it's starting to grow, it's going to stretch if we don't close it up, and you may actually have noticed it's starting to stretch already. So grab your needle. Now I think this thread is far too small, but it doesn't matter, should have left a longer tail, never mind. Grab your needle. All right, now where we are working, there's our stitch marker. So where we are working, that's the front of our work, and the back is there. You always want to weave in so that your work ends up at the back, but firstly we have to get to the back. All right, so that's our stitch. You want to get into that very last stitch that you did, not there because that's the top of the stitch, so maybe just there. Yes, pop your needle through and give it a tug, and what that'll do is it'll close up. So now it looks even. See, before you thought it wasn't going to be even, look how gorgeously even and straight that is. And don't you just love using this stitch? I do, because it's just easier to undo if you've made a mistake. All right, Now you're going to weave your end in anywhere you like, but being careful, you know, you want to go through, you want to go over and over and over the part where you weaved in, because otherwise that's going to open up. So you weave it through again, anywhere you like, just being careful not to do it too tight, otherwise it's going to look like it's pulling. Like if you did that, that'll look very pull. You don't really want that to look like it's pulling. Okay, now you want to go back. Oh, I've pulled that too tight. Now it's playing up on me. Now you want to go back the other way. Hello, Mary. You want to go back the other way. Anywhere you like. Oops, my tail's come out, but that's fine. That'll probably be enough anyways. I would love to have gone back another time, but it looks to me like that's too short of a tail, so I'm going to cut it. But if you can get it back a third time, then by all means go back a third time. All right, there you go. And you can't even tell that's the beginning to the end. There you go. Terrific, yeah? Let's grab our thread. And there you go. You are going to chain up 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and you are just going to pop your single crochet in your very next space, right there. You're not skipping anything, you're just going straight into that very first space you come to with a single crochet. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Popping in the first space you come to with a single crochet. It's super easy, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. First space, single crochet. All right, I don't think I need to show you any more of that. So what I want you to do now is to head off on your own. Oh, bring that out. Before you do, that is where our last stitch marker is. All right, let's bring that up. Your last stitch, your last single crochet should be in that space right before your stitch marker. All right, so go ahead and complete the row. Get a single crochet into that last stitch right there, and I shall meet you up. Alrighty guys, here I am in my orange stitch marker space. We'll take that out like we were before, and now we have that big space like we did before. Now remember what we did before? Oh dear, it's one of those weird things. Now we've done 11 across, haven't we? So you're better off doing 6 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and pop the yarn around your hook 3 times. 2 and 3. All right, wrap it around your hook 3 times. Jump straight into that single crochet, pull it through, and you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the second 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the third 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops, chain 1, single crochet in that same stitch. And there you go. Now take your blue stitch marker out. You're going to pop that stitch marker back into your single crochet. All right, and once again we are going to be doing that round again. We are going to be increasing to 12 this time. All right, so it shouldn't take too long to do these. The chains, I find these rows are very quick anyways, so we're going to do 12. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You are going to jump straight into that very first chain space you made with a single crochet. Super duper easy, yeah? 12 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whoops, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and again jumping right into that very next space with a single crochet. Now what I'm going to do just quickly here, I'm going to do the stitch, right? Then I'm going to show you what would happen if you accidentally did 2 in one space. just so that you're prepared for a mistake you may make. So we'll do the 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now you may have already made this mistake and wondered how you ended up with some weird looking stitch. I'm going to pop the single crochet in the same stitch by mistake, do my 12 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, then I'm going to go along my merry way and go into that very next space with a single crochet. All right, so what you would look at when you find that you've made a mistake and you don't even know, you just think, why have I got these extra stitches and I don't know where? That's what happens when you put 2 single crochets in the same space. Okay, so you must be wary not to put the 2 single crochets in that same space. Let's take this undone and this undone because I don't want to get caught out having it there. That has to go in that very next space. All right, there's your single crochet there, and that has to go in the next space. All right, so I'm just going to leave that now, just for me later. Let's pull that loop up. And I would like for you to grab your orange stitch marker once again. And there's your blue right there. So your orange, pop that in. Oh, just popped it through the stitch. Just through the stitch right before it, there. And pop your last single crochet in that stitch and meet me up. All right, so here we are in the middle. So let's take out that little stitch marker. Okay, so what I need to do now is remember that stitch right there. Oh, it's tricky, isn't it? We are still going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Except this time we're going to wrap the yarn around our hook 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Tricky, huh? Tricky. So 4, we're going to grab that little space right there, pop our hook. Oh dear, a little bit fiddly. Pop our hook in that stitch, pull a loop through, and now you should have, oh dear, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the second 2, yarn over, pull through the third 2, yarn over, pull through the fourth 2, yarn over, pull through the 5th 2. Oh wow, that took forever. Chain 1 and a single crochet in the same stitch, taking out your blue stitch marker, popping it in your single crochet right there. You have another row, guys. Sorry. You'll have another row. And you are doing chain 13 with this row, okay? Exactly the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. All right, so you're going to pop your single crochet in that space. Things will change soon, but not right now. Single crochet in your next space. All right, so what I want to do is just show you quickly, just to make sure we are all on the same wavelength. Pop your piece down with your neck line in and your work out, and that is what you should be looking at right now. All right, you should be looking at spaces like that. So when it's stretched, it looks like that. All right, so go ahead, continue in that row. Now remember this, pop your stitch marker right in that chain space just before your blue stitch marker. Get your single crochet in there and meet me up. Alrighty guys, I have done my last single crochet in our little orange stitch marker spot, and take out that orange stitch marker, and we're ready to do our very last section. So this is where we're going to go. We are going to now chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now remember how we wrapped in the previous round, we wrapped the yarn around our hook 4 times. And before we do, I'm going to take my stitch marker out because I've split my yarn. Check that out. And that's not going to work, is it? that's where we need you to pop your hook in a minute. Once we wrap our yarn around our hook 4 times, or 1, 2, 3 and 4, you heard correctly, 4 times. Pop it in the stitch of your stitch marker, or where you took your stitch marker out if you took it out like me. Pull a loop through, and I've split it again. I'm doing well. Here we go. Pull a loop through, and now you have, oh my gosh, look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, pull through the third 2, yarn over, pull through the fourth 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. Wackadoo schmackadoo. That was big, wasn't it? All right, so what we're going to do here, this is where things change. Pull up a loop like so, give it a cut. All right, so there we go. Now what we're going to do is grab your piece of work, find the actual, your start where you had the, to join, wherever that is. Oh, there it is. Find your join that you did right in the very beginning where you joined these 2 together. Yeah, that will be your area. All right, lay it down flat like that. This is where your armholes are going to be, right there. Okay, now what you need here, I'll just open it up so you can have a look. See all these little chains here? Okay, you need to pop a stitch marker as close to the armhole as you can get, so it doesn't have to be perfect, yeah, because this is a sort of top that's not that noticeable. Now you need to count from 1 stitch marker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and that's including your stitch marker. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Oh, that just went right through the stitch instead. Oh dear. There you go. 6 between there to there. Now just having a look at your first one here. See that first one you just did? You count 1, 2, and you pop another one in there on the third one. Yes. And then from that third one, you count 6 across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I can get this on. The stitch marker stuck. Hello, Mary. Get it right. All right, there we go. Now, between this stitch marker and that stitch marker, I should have 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so you should have, I know that sounded really difficult, didn't it? I'm sorry, guys. You should have 6 across the front, 6 across the back, and 3 each for each armhole. I hope that makes sense. It will once we start working on it. Okay, now where we just left off, see where we just left off there? If I can find it, there. That, where you see the thread, is the right side of your work. Okay, we just pulled that loop through, yes. So we want to start in any one of these stitch markers, right? But we want to start in an area where you have 3, okay, which I believe is there. So here you've got 3, 1, 2 and 3, yes. We're going to start there, any third area. So we're going to jump from one third area to the other now, all right? I'm hoping that makes sense. You're not working on your 6, you're working on your third area. You're working on your armpit, in other words. All right, now, this is the tricky part, but once you get it, you get it. All right, grab your thread, pulling it through. Whoops, nowhere, pulling it through there. All right, so grabbing your little tail, passing it over, chain 1, and single crochet in the same space. It's a little bit awkward to work with because it's our first one, okay? In our previous round, we chained 13, okay, to pop into our next space. We're going to start chaining 14. Now, normally we would have chained 14 and hopped into this space here. However, because we're doing the armhole, we're going to hop into the next space. So we're actually doubling it. We're chaining 28. So your double of 14 is now 28. 14 to get from here and 14 to get from here. It's 28, all right? So don't jump into there, just chain on 28. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. All right. So normally when you did your 14, you would have jumped straight into that next space. Well, we're done our 28. We're going to go right into the third space. Okay. So there's your first, second, and then jump into that third space. All right. With a single crochet. So nothing's changed there. Now, before you go any further, take out your yellow stitch marker and pop it in that first single crochet that you did. Okay, that just shows you that's the end of that row. Now, taking this stitch marker out, you don't need it there anymore. Okay, you've done your armhole. Okay, easy, easy. Now, we are going to continue. In our next 6 spaces, we're going to do our normal chain 14. Oh, it's so fiddly now, isn't it, guys? Sorry. All right, so in our next space, we're going to do our normal chain 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And you're just going to jump into your next space like normal. And you just keep doing that until you get to your next stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, pop it in the space, the next space you come to with your single crochet. Another 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh, don't lose that stitch like I just did. 14. Pop it in your next space. We're nearly there. With your single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And popping it in your second last space, I should say, before your stitch marker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And there's your last space that you hop into. Okay. Now you've done the front of your work or the back. It doesn't matter. This top you can wear either way. Now you're up to your armhole again. All right, this is your second armhole. Okay, so now you're going to do what we did before. You're going to chain 28. You can actually take this one out now because you're already in here. You know what you're going to do. So you're chaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Remember, we're doing 28, yeah? 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Now you're jumping over that space and you're jumping into your second space with your single crochet. Okay, and now if you want, you can take out the stitch marker right here because you won't need that anymore because you've done your armholes. All right, now it's chain 14 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And you're jumping into that space. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Jumping into the next space. And don't worry about that little stitch there, that's the middle stitch. If you've come up to that already, don't worry about them, just crochet over it. And then I'll show you how to weave those in later. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, jumping over into that space. Where are we? Now be careful now, into that space right there. Just be careful where when you come to your stitched area, that you don't put two in one space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and single crocheting into this next space. Now, before you do your 14, actually don't do it, just do your single crochet, like so. Hold it there, because your next space is already done for us. Okay, what we're going to do is slip stitch into that. So you're chaining, remember what we did before where we chained 7 and then we did that really big elongated stitch? That's exactly what we're going to do now. So we're going to chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, better chain 8. Oh no, we'll leave it 7, sorry guys, 7. And now wrap your hook around, wrap your yarn around your hook 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you are popping your hook in there, and you are completing that really big elongated stitch. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over, pull through the first 2, yarn over, pull through your next 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, pull through the next 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. All right, now what you do, just grab your yellow stitch marker out of there and pop it in that stitch right there, or the stitch you just finished making, right in the middle there. You're going to need that for later. All right, and that's that. So that's the end of your row. Okay. All right, so there you go. All right, now guess what we're going to do? We're going to go and try this on. Alrighty guys, here we are, and here's our little top. Oh, it's a lot better when you can look at it this way, isn't it? I know we've got a lot of ends dangling, and I do apologise for that, but they'll come off soon. In the meantime, how to wear this, see that your armhole right there? Just pop your top over your head for now. Okay, find one of your armholes. It doesn't matter which one, if I can find one. Oh, we could be here for a week looking for this armhole. Here we go. Is that a big one? There we go. Find one of your armholes, pop your arm in, and just give it a bit of a stretch. Now, hopefully it doesn't take a stitch undone for you. Find the other armhole. It's a little awkward, guys. It's a little awkward. It gets better once we start making the rest of it. So there you go. As long as your armhole, look, see how it fits there? See how much space I have there? Now I've got pretty big arms, but don't advertise that, right? So as long as that fits, now it's going to start going like that. We're going to start doing our 14 across. I'm lying, we're going to do 15 because that's the next one. We're going to start doing our 15 under there and our 15 in front, all right? As long as your arms fit in that armhole, the rest is easy, all right? Easy? Yay! Let's get on with it. Alrighty, I hope that helped. It may not have, but I hope it did. So remember where we are. We are at the end. That's our large armhole. We need to pop 2 in there. So this row here is going to be 15 anyway. So firstly, go ahead and chain your 15. A little bit awkward at the moment. Chain 15, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're going to count 7 stitches across this way, and you're going to work with your single crochet in the 7th stitch. So as roughly as you can, it doesn't have to be perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So pop your hook in your single crochet, in your stitch with a single crochet. You're doing your single crochet there. Okay, now you're going to do chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And you are going to count 14 across now. All right, and then we're going to do a single crochet in the 14th stitch. I'm sorry, in the 15th. No, I'm lying. I was right in the first place, the 14th stitch. So from there, that's already in there. So from there is 1. Remember, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit off. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. Pop your hook in that 14th stitch. Okay, mine were a little bit tight, sorry guys, but that's okay. And there's your 14th stitch, and you're doing your single crochet there. Yes, now you're chaining 14 again. I'm sorry, now you're chaining 15 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, and then, all right, let's just show you what you've done, just so you know where to go. This is our first stitch. We did our 7 in there, and then we did our 15 in there, and now we're going to do that 15 straight in that next small space. Okay, so you're doing your normal single crochet in there. All right, and then chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then you're going to grab your next section and pop it in your next section. So you are now in either the front or the back. Again, they're both the same, it doesn't matter. Okay, chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, and you're going to jump into the very next space. Okay, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm just going to do this row with you because I want you to make sure that you get that armhole done correctly. Okay, single crochet there, chain 15 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, sorry guys, it's falling off the table now. Pop into your next space. We still haven't got to that armhole yet. Actually, we are here. All right, you're still going to do your 15 though. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So now what you're going to do is you're going to count 7 stitches across this way, and you're going to work with your single crochet in the 7th stitch. So as roughly as you can, it doesn't have to be perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So pop your hook in your single crochet, in your stitch with a single crochet, and it has to be in the stitch for this one. Okay, and you're doing your single crochet there. Okay, now you're going to do chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And you are going to count 14 across. So from there, that's already in there. So from there is 1. Remember, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit off. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. Pop your hook in that 14th stitch. And there's your 14th stitch, and you're doing your single crochet there. Yes, now you're chaining 15 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, and then, all right, let's just show you what you've done, just so you know where to go. This is our first stitch. We did our 7 in there, and then we did our 15 in there, and now we're going to do that 15th straight in that next small space. Okay, so you're doing your normal single crochet in there. All right, and then chain 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and you're jumping into your normal spaces, okay, until you get to that next stitch marker. And just before the stitch marker, you don't jump into the normal space. Ugh. Okay, 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and jumping directly into your next spot. Okay, we're still increasing, okay, and we will increase for a while too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, jumping into your next space. We're nearly there, guys, nearly there. Yes, we have 2 more to go after this. 1 more, because the last one we're doing that special stitch again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, into that last stitch before the next stitch marker with a single crochet. All right, now there's your next stitch marker. You are going to do your 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're going to do 8. We're going to do an 8th one there. All right, and now we wrap around 4 times. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we find that hard stitch that we always have trouble getting in, and we do our big elongated double crochet stitch. Yarn over, pull through 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 and 2. You got it. You got it. Okay, there you go. Now what we're going to do, we take our stitch marker out there. This is what we do all the time. Pop it out of there and we pop it in there. Okay, and that is our end of our row. Just going to pull it up for a minute and we'll have a look-see. And that's what you've got so far. There's your armholes, okay, and there's your spare 15 stitches under your armholes. That's going to widen a little bit now. It's going to be a little bit wider. All right, so let's get on with that very next round. So we're chaining 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, now all I want you to do, you're in your little space where you normally are. You're just going to jump into your very next space with a single crochet. Whoops, when I get my thread, with a single crochet, like so. And before you chain up, I'm just going to explain exactly what you're going to do, because the rest is super easy. All right, so there's your armhole right there. Yeah, we're here, we've chained, we popped our single crochet in the first space. All you need to do is continue on. Chain 16, single crochet in your next. Chain 16, single crochet in your next. And your next, and your next, and your next, and your next. There's your next armhole right there. So you're there, next. So really, it's exactly what you've been doing in your previous rounds, except you're doing chain 16. This is all twisted here. Here you go, that's better. Now grab your next stitch marker, pop it in the space just before the stitch marker that you need to do your weird elongated stitch in. Stop there and I shall meet you up. Alrighty, here we are at the end of the row. I've popped my single crochet in that first stitch marker. So we're going to take out that first stitch marker. Make that have a disappearing act. Okay, now we have our last stitch marker. We have our very fussy elongated stitch. Yes, I know. Sorry, guys. We're going to chain up 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to wrap the yarn around our hook 5 times. Seriously. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now you pop it right over into our stitch marker. If I can get it over here. Whoa. Oh, playing up on me today. I can never get... Oh, I've split the stitch, haven't I? Let's pop it in there. Hello. Here we go. Let's try that again. Now let's take this stitch marker out. I don't know how I split that stitch. Sorry, guys. Clumsy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am clumsy today. Okay, here we go. Now we're under control. Pop it in your stitch and do your 50 gazillion, million, trillion thingamajiggies here. I don't even know what you want to call them. Just pop that stitch marker in. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't take me anywhere. I was doing so well, being so good during this tutorial. Really, I was. Okay, so there you go. So what you should have is that. And there's your armhole right there. And you should have that look all the way around on that way. And then your other side of your armhole is there. All right, so that's the way it should be. Best part, guys, we're going to do one more round and then we're going to do some trying on. We sure are. All right, so first thing we need to do, chain up what? 17 now. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And you are doing exactly what you've been doing all along. Jump into your first space with a, whoops, single crochet. All right, now go ahead and do your 17s, whoops, all the way across, jumping into each space with a single crochet. Now, before you continue, what do we usually do? We pop a stitch marker just before the other stitch marker. So when you come around, make sure you hop into that stitch marker with a single crochet and I shall meet you up and then we'll get ready for trying on. Alrighty guys, here we are at the end of the row. Let me take that stitch marker out. We have one of those weird stitches left. Now remember this stitch because this is the one you're going to do for the rest of the tutorial without me. What? They're saying what? There's more? Oh sorry, there is more. It doesn't fit yet. Not yet. It will. All right, so we are going to chain up 8 like we did before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, wrapping our yarn around 5 times again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, popping it into your, whoops, if I can get it, into your stitch marker. This is a part I always have fiddly fingers with. Pull your loop through and look how many you've got there. And there, and there, and so on, and so forth, and forever. Okay, so take out your yellow stitch marker, pop it in your little space, like so. All right, now, just quickly, we'll pull up a loop, all right? Okay, what you should have is that. There's your armhole, and there you go. All right, the way it lays right now is flat on the table. We're going to go and try it on, and it should fit us, well, pretty much perfectly, and maybe even a little bit loose, which is what you want, all right? If it's a little bit tight, that's okay too, but it just means once it gets tighter, your stitches tend to elongate and you get a little bit bigger, okay? Let's head over to our stand, and we will try on our piece. Alrighty guys, here we are. All right, this is where we are at with our top. That's your back. Let me move that hair How's that looking? Yeah, good. And there's your sides where your underarm is, and there's your front. All right, your other underarm, lots of ends everywhere. We'll sort that out later. All right, so I think that we are at our widest now. We don't need to add more stitches now. See, we were going from 12 to 13 to 14, 15, 16, we're on 17. I think we'll stop on 17. Let me raise that. We'll stop at 17, and what we'll do, we'll repeat this row of 17 chains over and over and over again until we get to our desired length. Now, the length is, of course, whatever it is that you want it to be. Now, yours truly, I'm going to go halfway through my waist. Now, I'm quite short from here to here, sadly, but I'm going to try doing 6 rows. And then what I'll do is I'll meet you all back here in this one spot, right where the camera is, and you can see what it looks like on me and what it looks like on you, okay? And then you can decide whether you want to make it longer or whether you didn't like it that long and you wanted to take undone a few rows, whatever. But I'm going to do the 6 rows, come back here, and we'll talk about what we're going to do next. Yay, get excited. Good luck with your 6 rows. Alrighty guys, here I am at the end of our 6th row. I'll show you a lower image in a minute, but just to let you know that by doing it, let me do it now so you can see it. Okay, by doing it the same 17 stitches over and over again, you have managed to straighten it. Do you understand? Before, when we were increasing, we were going from 12 to 13 to 14, 15, 16, 17. Once we got to the widest part, that's where we wanted to go. If we kept increasing, we would go like that, and it wouldn't look that crash hot. Now just imagine this over a black t-shirt. Oh, very nice. Or a black skivvy. So there you go. We are actually done. If you wanted to do a couple of more rows, you can. I'm not going to. I'm relatively short here. I'm going to leave it like that. Let's head on back to the crafting table and we'll talk about what's going to happen now. Alrighty guys, that's what you should have so far. Alright, so have you noticed now that down this way it got thinner? It didn't get thinner, it just, you worked on those same stitches so it stopped increasing. Alright, so where are we? Let's have a quick look where we are. I didn't take that stitch marker out of there, sorry about that. Alright, I'll tell you what I will do. I'll just take this undone and I'll do that last stitch again. You know, your big long fancy weird stitch. Oh, look what I did. Took it too far undone. Hello. All right. So let's just do that last stitch again. Get a nice close up for you. We're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're going to wrap it around the hook 5 times again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now don't stress if you only wrapped it around 4 times. If you wrapped it around 6, one mistake, it doesn't matter. Pop your hook in your stitch marker because you would have yours in. Pull your loop through and do your gazillions stitches. All right. Now all you're doing here is pulling up a loop. That's it. That is all you're doing. This doesn't need a border. It doesn't at all. No, that's all you're doing. And what you're going to do now is weave in some of these ends. Now what I might do is show you one of the ends, only because they're really awkward to weave in with chain stitches. I know. We'll try this one here. I see that end right there. All right. How's that, guys? We finished it. It did take a while, didn't it? Let me throw this needle off here, just off the side here a bit. All right. Okay. Nice and close, so you can see. All right. So what you have, oh gosh, sorry about that. So what you have is these stitches with your chains right there. And you're thinking, how can I hide it? Very awkward indeed. So all you're doing, if you've got like that much of a loop there, split it through the stitches and through the loop, and that's all you're doing, backward and forwards, over and over again. Now you're going back the other way, doing exactly the same thing, finding a different thread somewhere and splitting it through those stitches. And even that is plenty. However, you know what? I'm fussy. You know, you guys know me. You do know me. If you're new, joining us new, welcome. Secondly, I'm a real stickler when it comes to weaving in these ends. And all I did was go through the middle of that bit there. Very, very fussy when it comes to weaving in ends. Extremely fussy. And I think 3 times is plenty. I doubt that's going to come undone. Remember, these are the sort of items you don't wash in a washing machine. You like to wash by hand. Now, if you want to wash in a washing machine, by all means, you can. But yours truly always washes them by hand. And something that's very lacy, I think washing by hand is so much better. Alrighty guys, and there you go. All done, super done, finished. Yay! Now ready for us to wear. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and do all those wonderful things that you do for me. Don't forget you need to weave in a few more of these ends the same way I just showed you. And don't forget, guys, this is the final item to our Halloween series. Yay! No, I tell a lie. We do have the small trick-or-treat bag that's coming next week, but it's nice and quick and easy. What I meant to say was this is the final difficult item for our Halloween series. How gorgeous does that look? Oh, very nice, very nice. If you are joining us new, don't forget to join us for our Halloween party that we're going to have in about a month's time now, almost just on a month's time. And we'll be wearing all of the items we make. We'll also be having all our other items laid out, like our coaster and all the other things that we've made. We've made so many items. I'm so glad this one's over with though. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share and do all those wonderful things. And all I can say right now, guys, is ciao for now.